Hello, everyone. I am once again on the road, so I'll do my best to cover the essentials. Most of the news sources are talking about the supposedly upcoming phone call between Trump and Putin. We'll see what happens then. I don't see how it's useful to anyone because neither person involved in that call has truly any personal interest in helping Ukraine. They only have personal interest in helping themselves. So Putin is going to lie, Trump is going to listen to him, and that's all I'm expecting. So as the call was in the works, Zelensky went and met with some high-ranking U.S. officials and European officials in Rome. And what I'm hoping was the main topic of discussion is how to handle this conflict, how to handle this war, and how to handle Russia without the help from the U.S. Because once again, U.S. has proven itself to be a complete loose cannon and a highly, highly unreliable ally. Obviously, people of Ukraine are concerned and frightened and very frustrated, especially in the wake of Putin's saying, hey, you know what? We are so peaceful, we really want peace, but we waged war for over 20 years with Sweden, so we can wage war for as long with you. Yeah, that's totally the same thing. Yeah, they're so peaceful. So, obviously, people of Ukraine are exhausted and scared, and they're caught between the rock and a hard place. Because on one hand, they don't want to go back to Russian dominance. They've done that already for centuries. Been there, done that, been part of the Soviet Union, decided not to be by a referendum. So people do not want to be ruled by Russia. They don't want the course of their nation to be determined by Russia. They just want to be left alone to determine their own path. On the other hand, there is the problem of the war. Russia shows no indications that they want to back off because, again, remember, we talked about this many times. Russia could end this anytime and say, you know what, this was stupid. Let's go back. They could do this literally at any moment. But they're choosing not to. They don't care how many people they lose. They don't care how many sanctions are imposed on them. They just keep going. And so people of Ukraine are worried because Ukraine doesn't have as many people to waste. And they're concerned that war fatigue would settle upon their allies. And that's going to be a problem as well, because they will ultimately be left without any support whatsoever. And when it comes to the U.S., as of right now, one of the Ukrainian satirists said, it's kind of hard playing a game against an opponent when the referee is constantly giving points to your opponent. That's exactly what is going on right now. Meanwhile, there is this. While all of this is happening, Russia launched 273 Shahed attack drones and fake drones against people of Ukraine, specifically civilians. The attack was unleashed against multiple regions, including Ukrainian capital Kyiv, where a woman was killed. This was a record number of drones, according to Ukrainian Deputy Prime Minister. And I agree with her. Yulia Sviridenko, the deputy prime minister, I agree with her. Russia has a clear goal to continue killing civilians. Yep, that says it all. And so, show me one meaningful action, and that is the caveat, meaningful action by Russia where Russia indicated that they truly, honestly want to end this war. I don't see any. They said they wanted the talks, then they didn't want the talks. They were offered an unconditional ceasefire. They rejected it and immediately violated it. They attacked Ukraine during the Easter week. They gave them a few hours breather during the Easter Sunday, but that only lasted a very brief period of time, and then they went on to attack them again. They sent a delegation to Turkey to allegedly negotiate a ceasefire, a delegation that had very few, if any, decision-making powers. I mean, come on. I have yet to see any action by Russia that would unequivocally indicate that they're serious about this. They're not. Their goal ultimately is capitulation of Ukraine and ownership of Ukraine by Russia. There's several articles out there talking about Russia's shadow fleet or shadow tankers. What is that all about? So, as you know, there have been numerous extensive sanctions on Russian everything, including Russian oil. Europe had recently declared its intention to be completely free of Russian oil by 2029. So, the shadow fleet consists of vessels that carry Russian oil but are registered under the flags of other countries. So you have to kind of track the ship to determine what it's carrying and from where, to determine that that is Russian oil. That is illegal. That is a violation of the international laws, conventions, and sanctions. So right now there are some crackdowns happening in Europe against these shadow oil tankers, so we'll see. And we have some good news from Australia. Hopefully we are getting more tanks. Thank you, Australians. We really, really appreciate you. More to come.